Yes, sure,
So guys, like we always do, today we are looking into the life of the late legendary musician Victor Olaiya. So be expecting a lot of entertaining section on the show today. So we are going to go into a brief description of who he was. For those of you who say, like, we went on the streets and we got some talks like, I really do not know who he was, but there is a particular song he did before he died, which we are going to, I think we are going to play on the show,
yes, of course,
for your
definitely.
listening pleasure. So we're going to read a brief biography of Victor Olaiya.
Meanwhile, while we start that, please don't forget you can send us message to tell us what you know about him. It's very important. So it's not just about us talking and giving you the information. You can as well, while you're seated there, get some information about who he is and then let us know. That's communication. Let us roll it together.
All right, guys, moving forward, we Victor Abimbola Olaiya, OON, was born on the 31st of December 1930, and also known as Dr. Victor Olaiya, was a Nigerian trumpeter who played in the high lifestyle. Though famous in Nigeria during the 1950s and early 1960s, Olaiya received little recognition outside his native country. Alhaji Alade Odunewu of the Daily Times called him the evil genius of high life. Oh wow. Olaiya was he was born in Calabar, Cross River State. Okay, on the 20th child of the family of 24. His parents, oh wow. Let's take a pause there. 20th child. Let me ask you a question. If you have 20 children, do you remember all their names?
Abeg, let me ask you from where exactly? Now, from my own body, I'll be the ones when I adopt.
Obviously, this is from a polygamous family, so you guys understand. But probably, if you have too many children, let me just make you guys laugh a little. You know, there are some. There is a particular tribe in this our country whereby people give birth anyhow. In fact, some of them follow the truck from their village to Lagos, and you ask them and you find it very funny for them to tell you that their parents do not even know their names. Some of them, so is that bad? But anyways, let's move, guys. So Olaiya came from a very rich family. His father's house, Ilojosba, stood at number 2 Bamboshe Street, Lagos Island, until it was demolished in September 2016. At an early age, he learned to play the bombardon and the French horn. After leaving school, he moved to Lagos, where he passed the school certificate examination in 1951 and was accepted by Howard University, US, to study civil engineering. Olaiya instead pursued a career as a musician. To the disapproval of his parents, he played with the Sami Akpabo band, was a leader and trumpeter for the Old Lagos City Orchestra, and joined the Bobby Benson Jam Session Orchestra. Okay. In 1954, Olaiya formed his own band, the Cool Cats, playing popular high life music. His band was chosen to play at the State Ball when Queen Elizabeth I of the UK visited Nigeria in 1956, and later to play at the State Balls when Nigeria became independent in 1960 and when Nigeria became a republic in 1963. I think I'm going to take a pause there. It seems it was a very significant musician, because most of the places that were mentioned that he had to play were
very, very notable
places. They are notable places. So it wasn't really an ordinary musician. It was a musician with
Elizabeth in those days.
I'm telling you,
it shows you that he has actually been places, and his music had actually indeed brought. And it was very,
you know why people were like, some people I had to talk to were like, okay, he hardly plays English music, but from what we just read now, he was a very educated person.
Yes. It's just that, you know, when it comes to music is actually an inspiration, and that is what people need to grow up to. Okay, if you follow the the trend of the inspiration, the spirit that is guiding you, you will have a pattern. But whereby you've also channel your mind that you want to be universal, you can be. Meaning that you can sing in different dialects and all that. And we have musicians like that. But his music, irrespective of it not being dominated English language or other tracks, his song was very powerful, unique, and carried a message.
That's the most important thing.
He was one of, these days now, if you ask one of our greatest trumpeters these days, we say it's Nathaniel Bassey. Because many of us listen to his trumpet. In his own time, he was the best trumpeter, because even during the time of Fela and all that, we know that he's also one of the inspiration behind Fela and the rest of them. So he was an amazing trumpeter, and his personality stand out. So it wasn't just enough to be a musician. He was also, he added
an
education.
Extraordinary musician.
That is exactly where I'm going to, because you need this charisma.
Some people will feel. Some people feel